Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to Summertime Tarot. For those of you who don't know, my name is Summer and this here is a money and career reading for Sun, Moon, Rising sign Leo. All right, but let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on here. Wait a minute. Okay. All right, so it looks like here, right, with the death showing up, driving your energy, right? I feel like you are very much going through a transformation, right? Things could have been changing, right? You could even be feeling a bit uprooted here. But I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune here, showing what's kind of holding you back, I feel like you are kind of coming from possibly, you know, a very like chaotic or just kind of very crazy kind of space, right? Just dealing with a lot of changes, a lot of upheaval, a lot of shifts, a lot of things going on. But I feel like here, especially with the star, right, being here in your present energy, you are taking it very perfectly splendid. No, I'm sorry. I freaking binge watched The Haunting of Bly Manor, so that's in my head. But I feel like you are, you know, taking it in stride, right? But you could even be, even though I feel like some of you may be in a kind of hopeful space, some of you may actually be feeling a bit kind of like disheveled or even a little bit hopeless, right? Feeling like you don't know which way to go or what to do. Like things are just so much out of your control that you almost kind of want to feel like kind of giving up hope here. But I feel like your blockage here with the Hermit, it may be here that you are kind of going back to kind of old patterns or back to old habits that you're being called to kind of let go of in order to embrace a more abundant space, a more abundant reality, right? Especially with this Hierophant showing up in your advice, you may not be being as diligent or putting as much focus into, you know, growing your abundance, growing your wealth. And that is kind of pulling you backwards is kind of what I'm getting here. And making it harder for you to move towards the abundance that it is you desire, right? So just make sure that you're not like going back to past patterns or past habits that, you know aren't beneficial for you. Okay, but let's clarify here. The Star. Right, and it may even be, you know, that you may feel like you're doing this all alone or that you have to do it all alone. But I feel like with this Hierophant showing up in your advice here, right, it's a need to not forget that you can ask for help whenever you need help. right? Not to be afraid to reach out, right? I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles being here in, you know, where it is you want to be, I feel like you do want to be in a space where you're able to be generous, to give and help others. But, you know, what's the saying? You gotta learn to follow before you can lead. And I feel like you may be, you know, trying to take the lead here, but you're forgetting how to follow, how to kind of make use of the support system that you have at your disposal. All right, but let's clarify the star here. Excuse me, sorry. All right, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, so clarifying the star here, we have the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, and the World in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you may be wanting to move out of this cycle, right? I feel like you may be in a space here with this Five of Pentacles in reverse being in the center here, where you may be feeling a bit lost, or you may be even experiencing some financial difficulties here. But because of this, you may be kind of moving back towards old mindsets, old belief systems that made you feel like, you know, you couldn't have abundance, or, you know, that ain't nobody praying for you, like, you know, that you have to kind of go at it alone. But I feel like right now, where you are in this space that you're currently in, right, this transformative space, you are kind of being transformed more into this Queen of Pentacles here, where, you know, she's like the baby empress, right? She is very much abundant, but you can't really be in that energy if you're kind of still focusing on lack, or have like a lack mentality. So, right, I feel like it's a need here to kind of let go of this lack mentality. And, you know, it may be that this kind of comes up for you when you feel like, you know, you have to do everything by yourself, or you kind of disconnect from people and kind of go back into your shell, and you don't ask for what you need, right? It's kind of a need to kind of let that go and move into a more abundant space, which is like a space of being open to and willing to receive all that is going to come your way, all that is trying to come your way, be that help, be that money from outside of yourself. Okay? Hopefully I'm making sense here. But let's clarify this Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like there may be opportunities here that are opening up for you, but you may not be taking them here. You may be kind of like trying to go at it alone, or even like not asking for help. Like I was saying, you may be kind of comparing yourself to other people, right, with the Five of Wands. And there may even just still be like this kind of, this feeling of confusion, like, do I really want it? Is it really there? Is it, you know, for the taking? Can I even have this thing? And it's kind of a need to kind of detach here with this Eight of Cups from, I feel, this kind of old way of doing things, this old way of being. And to be more open and be more receptive to all of the tools at your beck and call. Like, that's the only thing I can think of, you guys. My words are just not coming to me today. But yeah, with the magician here, you're the magician, right? But I feel like you may not feel like you're the magician, right? You have these things in front of you, but you may not be making use of them in the most beneficial way, right? There may be people that want to help you, but you may not be going to them. There may be opportunities that are showing themselves, but you may be like, I don't know if I should do that. You know, and it's kind of time for you to kind of be more open. What's coming to my mind is, what's that movie? Like Yes Man, where you kind of, you say yes a little bit more, but like you kind of, you know, you're just more open. But let's clarify here the Hermit and your blockage. Look at that, the Hermit again. Okay. All right. So the Magician is just showing out here. So we have Justice and the Magician. Yeah. I feel like, yes, it's time for you to be more balanced in your actions, right? You may be like just taking on a lot, and you may not be like asking for help, right? Which is kind of wearing you out. Like the King wanted to fall like this. This may be wearing you out, right? It's kind of time for you to kind of learn here to delegate and to not feel like you have to carry all of this weight on your shoulders by yourself, right? Right? The Queen of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles doesn't do that, right? She's not out here like moving chairs and planting stuff. No, she has people to do that for her. You know what I mean? And it's kind of time for you to get into that energy, right? Because that's what you want. It's time for you to start embodying that energy, right? And to get out of this energy of feeling like you have to do everything by yourself, or feeling like you know, no, you don't, right? You're just going to kind of wear yourself out, and it's going to add to this kind of hopeless feeling, or like this feeling like you're getting nowhere feeling, right? But let's clarify the Hierophant here. Okay, so clarifying the Hierophant, we have the Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. I feel like here with the Hierophant showing up as your advice, right? It's kind of time for you to kind of start anew, start afresh, right? I feel like here, right, we have the Queen of Coins and the King of Coins. There's this desire, this need even for stability, but you may be kind of dismissing your feelings, right? Or even just kind of practical advice here as well, right? You may not be being very practical. You may be kind of running off emotions, or even, you know, just making moves and not asking for help, or just doing what you're used to doing. And it may be time for you to kind of shake things up, to start doing things differently, to be open to help from outside of yourself, to be open to sharing your feelings, communicating more, being more expressive about what you need, what you desire, or just even just how you're feeling, right? To just kind of open up to people and not be afraid of being vulnerable. Right? With this King of Pentacles, you may even just be in a space, right? You may just be used to kind of being there for everyone, being the kind of the support system for everyone. And you're not used to asking for help. And it's time to kind of let that go and be more receptive to doing things in a new way. Right? You could even just be in a space where you kind of feel like you don't know what to do, and it may be time for you to kind of use what you got to get what you want. You know what I mean? Right? You may be thinking about what you don't have, or what you haven't learned yet, or what you haven't done yet. And it may just be time for you to kind of connect with where you are. Find the guidance and the wisdom in your current space, from what you've already done, from what you've already accomplished, and kind of use that going forward. Right? And it doesn't mean like not to try anything new, because definitely, you know, be open to trying things in a new way, doing things in a new way. But like, don't forget about everything that you've learned thus far, or feel like you have to scrap everything or start over, because, you know, it's just a need to kind of re-envision, I feel. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Right? Because with the Seven of Coins here, right, being what you have to look forward to, if, you know, you listen to this wisdom, I feel like, you know, you'll realize just how far you've come, just how much you've accomplished, just how much you know, right? And how you can make that work for your benefit. going forward. Okay, but let's see what message your spiritual team has for you. Excuse me. So we have stand your ground, wisdom, the waiting game, triumphant success, positive movement forward, and trapped in fear. Yeah, so we got the Hierophant showing up here again. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of time for you to kind of start focusing on, like I was saying, what you already know, what you already have accomplished, what you already kind of have in your wheelhouse, so to speak. You know, you may be thinking very, very much about where it is you're trying to go, or what it is you need to accomplish, what it is you need to do, what it is you need to learn, where, you know, all that kind of thing. And that has kind of has you trapped in fear here, right? Which may be, like I was saying, making you kind of backtrack and to kind of go into past cycles or past negative habits that you kind of see aren't in your best interest, but you don't know how to break out of that. And I feel like breaking out of that is going to come from you kind of connecting to a new way of seeing yourself, a new way of seeing things, a new way of seeing, you know, I feel what you're capable of, right? And I feel like that kind of comes from spending time kind of looking back on everything that you've done, everything that you've learned, how far you've come, right? And not focusing so heavily on where it is you're trying to go, right? Because sometimes we can look towards our goals, towards our dreams, and kind of feel overwhelmed and feel like we'll never make it, feel like we don't know enough, feel like, you know, we'll never get there. And it's kind of time for you to realize, hey man, about a week ago, about a week ago, you know, about a month ago, about a year ago, I wasn't even as far as I am now. So I am able to do these things. It's just I need to kind of get out of my head, to get out of my own way, and to start making moves, right? Right? It's time for you to kind of like believe in yourself and to know that what it is you're trying to accomplish, what it is you're trying to create for yourself is possible. It's just going to take you some work. And that's okay, because guess what? You bout that action, okay? You know what I'm saying? You can do it. You've been doing it thus far, right? It's just sometimes it's kind of hard to see that when you're in the thick of things. But that's okay. Take your time. Take your time, okay? But let's see what your spiritual team wants you to focus on for the month of November. All right. So we have here Yeah. I feel like here with this financial constraints, right? You may have been experiencing, you know, like I was saying, some financial difficulties here. But it's kind of time for you to get back into the lab. You feel me? It's time for you to get back into the lab. And to really kind of take your power back here, to realize, okay, I'm not where I want to be. Things aren't going quite like I'd hoped. But I can shift and change things around, right? So focus on that for the month of November. Focus on kind of leaving, I feel, this kind of lack mentality behind you and coming back into your power, right? It may be beneficial for you here, for some of you guys, to kind of focus on, you know, resting. For others, it may be more beneficial, right? You may have been in a resting space for some time now. And it may be time for you to start taking action, right? To start trying out these different possibilities, these different opportunities that are kind of arising for you. But, you know, it's going to take you kind of getting quiet and kind of listening to your own kind of inner wisdom, wisdom from the divine about, you know, how you can make something shake, right? But it kind of takes you kind of leaving this lack, these financial constraints behind, right? It's easier said than done, right? I'm just saying, kind of spend some time like not thinking about that, right? Not ruminating on everything that's kind of going wrong or isn't working, and spend some time like brainstorming about what you can do to get some things moving in the right direction, okay? But just be open here. Be open and be patient. And believe in yourself, believe in the possibilities, believe that things are going to start opening up for you, right? It could even be beneficial for some of you guys to, you know, start visualizing what it is that you want for yourself, right? But what is that saying? Prayer without works is something like, this is so bad. Every time I do a video, I can never think of the phrase. But, you know, just make sure, you know, if you are visualizing, that you're not just visualizing. Oh my gosh, that you're not just visualizing, but that you're visualizing and then you're getting to action. Okay. But let's get one last message from the ancestors, and then we're going to pull some advice for you. And then we're going to close out the reading. Okay. Right, could be beneficial here to also get out in nature, you know, start connecting with plants and animals to kind of let off some steam here. Right, crystals would also be beneficial, right? We do have crystals showing up. Okay. Look at that. Yeah. I feel like here, you know, the ancestors are really saying it's kind of time for you to kind of get quiet here with this lake, this stillness, and to kind of listen. Right? I feel like here with this focus card, you may be kind of focusing on everything around you, you know, things that are kind of going wrong or what's not working. And it's time for you to kind of start focusing in on what it is that you want. Right? I feel like here with the rainbow and the blessings here, right? The ancestors want you to know that they're there beside you. They're working on, you know, on your behalf. And it's just about you kind of tapping into that energy, right? But also kind of calling it in to you, right? You may be feeling kind of alone. You may be feeling like things just aren't working, but they got a promise for you here. Good things are coming. Blessings are coming here. Right? But it's kind of about you letting go of this need to control, letting go of, you know, needing it to be fixed right here, right now, and to allow allow the divine to work for you, right? Set your intentions here. What is it that you want? Call it in and get to work. Okay? But just believe things are shifting. They're changing, right? Things are happening here. You may not be able to see it, but believe it is. Okay? But let's see what advice wants to come out for you. Okay, so we have Unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. Okay, yeah, I feel like also with this cave here, right, it may be beneficial for you to kind of do something to get your mind off of, you know, what's not working the way that you want it just yet, right? Finding some kind of creative outlet, right? But also kind of thinking out of the box when it comes to accomplishing your goals, right? You may be kind of stuck in one way of doing it, and it may be beneficial for you to kind of shake things up, to do something different, to try a new way of doing things, and not be afraid of, you know, what's going to happen. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. Yeah, I feel like it's a need for like some more fun, new energy here, right? So that you're not kind of weighted down by so much, you know, seriousness or just hardcore heavy energy, right? To bring in some new energy, to bring in some life. All right, but that's all I have for you, Leo. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments how it resonated. If you liked it, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you can see more videos like this one. Okay, I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.